this is part 68 of Ocarina of Time 3D, and this part we're going through the third part of the Spirit Temple. I kind of want actually, we'll get the Mirror Shield and we'll get the boss key. That's what we'll be doing.
Yep, yes, we will.
I kind of want to start off, y'all kind of heard us talking, like, maybe a little bit bad about this dungeon or bringing up some things that we didn't like. I think we've built this dungeon up so much.
We have.
And talked about all the good in it so much with our various rankings that we've done recently.
Absolutely.
That we just don't know what else to say about it.
And
so we kind of like been pointing out more of the bad stuff. And you know what? We caught ourselves doing that with the Forest Temple. So
I know.
we do. I promise you, we do love this place. I
do.
guess we're just looking for something different to talk about.
Well, and anytime we have to talk about this dungeon for what, 40 minutes, give or take
Yes,
a little bit. So we're gonna talk about things we love, and there's gonna be a few things that we don't in every single dungeon in the game. Like I've said, this is my favorite dungeon of all time, but there's still little things.
Surprisingly, not went off topic that much. Although
No,
we did talk
yeah.
about the imprison.
Yeah.
In the last part, so I guess that was sort of off topic, but it's
Talked
kind of
about Lost for
it
a
was
little
going
while.
along the concept. Oh, that's never off topic. Lost is always a topic in any situation.
Yes, we can always talk about it. But here's another instance where, like we mentioned, bringing back an old item that we used from a previous dungeon, like bringing back the Lens of Truth was something I never thought I would need.
It's just weird they brought it back in this dungeon. Like, it made sense where we used it in the Shadow Temple. A little bit more creepy and stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
So it kind of made sense there, but, like, using it here, like, I didn't see it coming, so.
Now,
but the boss battle delivers a lot. Did not see that coming.
Good point. I really liked, we mentioned how we liked the sunlight and stuff. Combining that with mirrors, I thought made for such
I just
a
love the
fun
look
concept.
of the Cobra statue with the mirror inside of it. I think that's just an awesome image right there. Like, yeah, they could just throw a mirror in there, but no, let's put a BA Cobra on top of it now. I don't know why I'm saying this because I freaking hate snakes.
I love snakes. I'm a fan.
What?
It's the spiders that get me.
Yeah, the spiders don't bother me at all. Now, I do want to say one thing. Right here, I actually knew what was in this treasure chest because I do practice behind the scenes. I did. I do practice behind the scenes. It's kind of one of those things I always try to show you as many rooms as I can to walk through, and also all the treasure chests so you know what's in there. So, knew what was in there. I just wanted to show you what was in there.
And this dungeon does have several treasure chests that I would argue are pretty pointless. Yeah, a few of them have like recovery hearts, rupees.
Like this one up here, like on one of these ledges, gives us 5, like a blue rupee.
Yeah.
Like, why do we need 5
There's
rupees
no point.
this freaking late in the game?
But I did.
I said freaking twice. I don't think I've ever said it twice since we started.
Hey, at least you didn't say other words.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I did love jumping to the hands of this giant statue. And we mentioned when we went outside and were standing on the hands, we loved it. Now that we're doing the same thing inside, hookshotting from one to the other, the way the treasure chest like dropped down into that hand, I just really love the concept of just climbing out onto those hands and onto the statue. And we're going to be seeing a lot of that statue a little later, too.
Yeah, we will. I just love the statue. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. I think it's just a great addition to the game. Like, the fact that, I mean, this could just been a room.
Yeah.
And, like, we've not really seen anything like this throughout the rest of the game, which makes me kind of think, why didn't you put stuff like this in more places?
I know,
but just,
I agree.
I mean, they could just easily just made this a big room. Okay, it would have been fine, but no. Let's put an awesome, like, statue in here that just, I don't know, just really brings out the dungeon.
And then they incorporated it well. Like I said, we get to go onto the hands later on.
And you can hookshot your boobies, too.
Exactly. Hey, that's always a bonus.
Yeah, exactly.
But and then later on, of course, like I said, we're going to interact with it even more. So it's just, not only did they add it in there for decoration, but it also is like they incorporate it into the puzzles of the dungeon. I really liked that.
How about all the writing on the wall, too? Not sure how much that was there in the original version.
I don't know
Maybe a little bit, but just, like, once again, with the details, like, I mean, it really made this room stand out.
Yep. And I like, again, bringing back the hammer.
Let's just talk about this room the rest of the dungeon.
I mean,
we got all excited. I guess we went through some crappy rooms there for a little while. Now we're back to being all excited again.
Well, it's funny. When we hit that room as a child, we only, like, get the map and leave pretty much. So now that we get to come back as an adult, we got, like, 3 treasure chests.
Do a little more things. We get to go around the room more.
Exactly.
Like, we just could basically go on that one stairwell because you can't use the hook shot as a child, so we can only go on, like, one side and, like I said, get the dungeon map, whereas an adult, we can pretty much go all over the room.
And you saw we had to use the Scarecrow song to get a Skulltula in there, which I thought was a bit of a nice touch.
We're almost done with Skulltulas. I don't know how many we have, but it's close to getting to the end. I think there's only 1 or 2 more after this dungeon.
Yep. Now what we did right here, like this basically just creates a shortcut where you like push those blocks out of the way and then start that elevator. I think it goes back.
It goes to the main room. It goes to the main entrance room.
So it's nice to have a shortcut to get from the main entrance room to this central room.
Yeah.
Without having to go back through the whole adult side.
That is nice, but once again, the dungeon's so linear that you should never. If you find yourself back at the entrance room, like just quit. Just quit and restart because you should not have gotten back to the entrance room.
Now the only thing I can think of is like if you have to leave for like.
You have to backtrack through the whole dungeon.
Yeah.
Well, I just died.
Yeah.
I'm not going to backtrack. If I'm about ready to die,
I'll just take the death.
Yeah, I'm going to take the death. I'm not going to backtrack throughout the entire dungeon.
Yep. Now that last like little stairwell that we went through, we mentioned a part ago how much we love like the touch of the stairwell and everything. In this one, when they add like a BMOS to it and make it like a winding stair instead of just a straight up stair, just a little touch that like makes it feel like an important approach to something.
I do agree with you right there. Now this room right here, you'll see me here in a second. I'll actually step on this switch. Yep. Once again, just showing you what it does.
Yep.
I used dim fires to kill the Anubis. Right?
Yes, Anubis.
So I kind of just once again wanted to show you what it did right there. But I think Dim's fire is a lot easier to kill them than it is to go. You gotta basically play a song of time, get a block up here, and run around the room to kill them, and it's just a pain.
It is.
This is a pain too right here because
you timed it well,
dude. I got so lucky because I like behind the scenes I practiced that, and like every time I could not get the timing down, the door kept on closing.
Yep.
Then, like, one of those random things that actually worked the other way, in recording, it actually worked. Which never happens.
Normally, it's the opposite approach.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like when you're practicing, everything goes smoothly.
Smoothly. And then, like, it doesn't work when you record. But this one was actually the opposite.
Hey, we'll take it. And now we get to fight Iron Knuckle again as an adult. And wow, is he easier.
Yeah, it's a big Goron sword. That's all it is right there.
It really is.
I mean, maybe, now here's, I can't do that. I was going to say if you could use a Kokiri sword, I was wondering if like the sword makes all the difference, or if they actually added like some damage because Link is just an adult.
I'm not sure.
Versus a child and has more power. That's what I was getting at. It just me.
Yeah.
Sometimes it takes me a while to get there. Like I explain all the details.
I'm not sure if it does or not because anytime you're an adult, you have either the Master Sword or the Big Goron sword.
That's what I'm saying. You can't really compare it.
Anyway. Yeah. It'd be kind of cool to switch back to. Probably look like a dagger in your hand.
Yeah, it would. Exactly would.
Which would be kind of entertaining itself.
But I just wonder if it's a sword or if it's actually the more muscle of being an adult.
I mean, you would hope it would be more muscle.
I'll say the more muscle. I'll go with the more muscle.
But I'm not sure if the game creators really put that much thought into it.
No, they probably did. You're probably right.
Bigger sword, twice the damage.
Hey, I'm cool. I'm cool with that. I'm okay with that.
And I love getting our second dungeon item of the dungeon. Like the mirror shield, I think looks awesome.
It does look awesome,
especially when it actually when you reflect light with it. The pattern or the design that's on there will be like reflected onto the wall. I think it looks really cool.
And did we get this? I remember asking you before so I don't know why I'm asking you again if you didn't know, but
I'm not.
Well, my question is, like in the original version, did you get that
the same
the face on the shield? Now I want to say in Majora's Mask original version,
I think so.
You did get that, but I can't remember in this game if you actually got that in the original version. But once again, like you, I love it.
Yes.
Now here's one thing I actually don't like. I think the Hylian shield should be the best shield in the game.
Yeah.
Like it makes sense that reflects light, but I think the Hylian shield should be able to do all that stuff and be the most powerful shield in the game because it's the most representative shield in the franchise.
It is, but you also kind of wonder, like, just to do a little counterpoint on that. Sorry,
you're playing devil's advocate.
Playing devil's advocate. There you go. You also think though, if all like the Hylian soldiers had a Hylian shield, is it really that special? But we don't know if they did or not. We don't know. They all died. Well, pretty sure Ganon took out most of them.
Yeah. I've never seen soldiers with the Hylian shield. I've always known like the game that had like one Hylian shield. So
that's what it seems
I would think Link would be the only one that had one. So now right there you saw me kind of mess up on that room or on the wall.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's one of those things like where you got to hold up or not hold up, like to actually grab onto the wall. So I think I just had that the wrong way. Then of course, I landed on Skulltula right there. So
I mean, no matter what, it's a heck of a lot easier than trying to climb up that moving wall. But I love the look of having like the spikes on the side,
which I definitely tried the first time to move up that wall.
The first time I played this game, absolutely.
Well, you don't really can hook shot to that. Like we never really hook shot to a wall in the game
unless it's got a target.
Yeah, unless a target or something. So like I try to climb that wall, and it is tough, man.
It is. You got to time it so perfectly.
Well, you kill the enemies, obviously. Well, some of them. Who knows if I actually did that either, but it is still difficult to do.
Yeah. Now these doors just look so out of place in this dungeon. Like
Force Temple.
That's exactly
They came
what
from
they
the Force
look
Temple.
like.
Like they're adding the concepts and items and weapons from the other dungeons. So I actually like those doors for that reason because we've seen throughout the dungeon
where they
other
back
representations of the other dungeons.
Yep, it's just weird to see like the goofy colored, brightly colored, or not bright per se, but like.
But a white wolf host makes perfect sense.
Yeah. And just like the Wallmaster and the Stalfos and everybody else. The Anubis is the only one that makes any sense.
Torch slugs make sense.
Good point. How in the world did they get all the way from the Fire Temple to here? But this will go ahead and wrap up part 68 of Ocarina of Time 3D.